I'm Alex Van Beek, and in each episode, we'll take a closer look at the science, the stories, and the solutions to both pet and livestock animal care. Let's explore what's possible. Hi, I'm Alex Van Beek, Vice President of Sales, Marketing, and Business Development for Van Beek Natural Science. And we are a family-owned company, a family-run company that has been working with dairy producers, livestock producers, swine producers, and also midway through our journey, we jumped into the companion animal space and launched into the veterinary market, where we enjoy every single day helping educate veterinary practices, technicians, practice managers, kennel staff, veterinarians themselves on some of the solutions that we provide to the industry. This is important for us because what Van Beek Natural Science is all about is the natural component inside of animal health care. And we believe we bring not only a unique offering, but we're excited for this podcast because we believe we bring a understanding behind what natural actually is and how important that can be to the impact of not only the animal's health, but as a livestock producer, the overall profitability. I'm going to speak a little bit about the history of the company, just real briefly. We started off in the dairy and the beef side, really providing vitamin and mineral premixes to operations across the Midwest. As we grew into the consulting version of the company or side of the company, then we really started to understand that the synthetic drug route of animal health captured or took care of certain things, but didn't really address what we were looking to address. And that is basic, fundamental health care approaches on your operation that can be achieved through natural solutions. Now, that seems really simple when we talk about it like this. But if we start to unpack what Van Beek Natural Science has done over the last 45 years, then we can get a better understanding of where these solutions exist in nature and how to approach them on my operation. Or, if you're a pet parent, how you can utilize these technologies with your pet for a happier, healthier life. So as we went through the development of this discovery and understanding, and we started to see how technology was a way to get information across, we decided to start this podcast, Elevate Animal Health. In alignment with our vision and mission, Elevate Animal Health is something where we can bring the 45 years worth of knowledge that we've discovered to our pet parents that are listening, veterinarians that are listening, livestock producers that are listening, because we understand in everybody's everyday business, we don't necessarily take the time to discover this on our own. So 45 years worth of research, 45 years worth of trial and error, 45 years worth of development into natural animal health. And we're going to package that all together inside of Elevate Animal Health, a brand new podcast that we're releasing. One of the reasons why you would want to be subscribing to this podcast, and I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but you should click and subscribe to this podcast because so often we get caught up in our daily lives that we don't take a step back to look at the broader picture. So when it comes to livestock animal health and the natural applications or the natural way, the natural approaches we can use to achieve optimal and elevated results, you're going to gain that information right here. You're going to gain that understanding right here, and we can do so in a very sustainable manner. Historically, natural animal health has not been thought of as a sustainable way. However, what Van Beek Natural Science has done over the last 45 years is develop that sustainability inside of that model. And everybody's looking for a way to get away from synthetics today. You can see it on clean labels that are on every grocery store shelf. You can see it by the increase in backyard farming and hobby farming, if you will, and also in the negative effects when we start to think about resistant strains of bacteria and some of these challenges that we've seen and know are coming down the road in the future. So, if your desire is to learn how can I care for myself, my animals, and how can I have a profitable operation that is away from the synthetics, away from antibiotics, you'll find it right here on Elevate Animal Health. Some of the topics we'll cover are going to be the latest science reviews, the latest science reveals, and maybe not even exactly on the studies or the science that Van Beek Natural Science is providing, but it could be third party also. If you Google a topic, I don't care what topic it is, quite often it's incredibly difficult to sift through all the information and then to know what is true and what is not, because there's opinions on both sides of every subject. So in this podcast, we're going to break down some of the science that's being released, both by us and third party. We're going to talk about some of the success stories that we're seeing out in the field. We're probably going to be interviewing some of our producers and customers, and at the same time, talking to industry experts to really boil down and dive into what's true, what's not. And so we're going to do a bit of myth busting at the same time. As you're listening to each one of these episodes, you're probably going to be asking yourself, that's great information, but how do I apply that? And when I go home, what do I take with me? And how do I take that information and it becomes value for either myself and my pet or myself and my livestock operation, whether you're a backyard farmer or a large integrator, it doesn't matter. Van Beek Natural Science understands that and understands that you have a business to run or you have a household to take care of, and you need simplicity alongside of product performance. And with our R&D team and our product development team, we have taken those things into consideration. So we've created very plug and play protocols, whether you're a veterinary practice, a livestock producer, or you're a pet parent that has one pet. Either way, we have an offering that can benefit you naturally. So if any of this sounds interesting to you and you want to follow and learn more and follow us on this journey of exploring natural animal health care, click and subscribe, like us on Facebook, join us on social media. We're going to have some exciting things going on with competitions and also ways for you to win some really neat merch and different items also. Thank you.